I'm going to keep this short and sweet, guys. Should you summon on the very strong rate up banner, the 20x coming tomorrow for Nerissa and Vierna. Also, guys, as I get into it, I'm going to do a lot of talking in this video. I have a lot of thoughts here about this Vierna Nerissa banner and the upcoming, now hard confirmed, limited selector lucky pick banner. If you appreciate this and you like what we're doing here, please do subscribe to the channel. Let's go. Well, this is a tough call. The banner is close to as strong as we see. But to be honest, nowadays, most of the standard 20x banners are close to as strong as we've ever seen. They're kind of doing bangers only lately. I feel like 80%, 70% of the banners maybe are this quality, right? This is really good. These are two absolutely top tier units. Nerissa has an argument to be the best healer in the game. Depends what you're valuing, but it's either Eloin, her, or Ireless in my opinion, or I guess we could throw in Aelin if you're talking about pure raw healing. But when it comes to utility, healing, the whole package, crazy range, Nerissa is a bit of a one of one, and she is the meta option for a lot of content. Then we've got Vierna. Vierna used to be the best AoE mage in the game when the game first came out and she first was introduced on her banner with Silas. Then she became a must-have unit who was a good mage, not special, but gave an incredible bond skill to Silas, and then he gives this bond skill to her. And then as we've gotten harder and harder content and execution has become more and more valuable, and they introduced one of the best exclusive artifacts in the game for her and one of the best exclusive pieces of gear in the game for her, wow, she is once again one of the absolute best mages. So this is the banner we're looking at. It kicks off tomorrow on December 12th, Friday. It's going to run through December 15th, this coming Monday. You've got a nice long period of time to think about this banner, pull on this banner, this, that, and the other. But as you approach it, and probably the reason you're watching this video, it is hard to know if that's the right thing to do because it is the Christmas season, holiday season. You know they like to throw craziness at us. We already know about one new hero, Adrian, who almost without a doubt is going to get this kind of normal 20x rate up banner or something akin to that. We also know, and this is the most important thing to think about as I break it down for you in this video, and it's going to be the thing I keep comparing everything against, we know that an exclusive limited selector banner is coming. That was hard confirmed in the update preview and the Frostfall Jamboree preview. So if we look at the sneak peek over here, all banners over this period, the next couple weeks, are dealing with this existing in the backdrop. It's actually all the way at the bottom here. Let me scroll down quickly. You can see the exclusive lucky pick returns. They haven't given us a date on it yet, I don't believe, but very likely, right? It's going to be Christmas or New Year's. Like, there's no way it won't be. So what does that mean? It's December 11th. Maybe you're watching this night of the 11th, morning of the 12th. We're about 2 weeks out. When I'm filming it, exactly 2 weeks out from Christmas, exactly 3 weeks out from New Year's Day. It's going to be on one of those 2 days, right? Or just around then. So it's longest term, 3 weeks. Shortest term, probably 2 weeks. Maybe it could be next week. I would be surprised. I think they'll do it around a holiday. The Frostfall Jamboree technically doesn't even start till the 22nd. But as you approach a very strong, very appealing banner to the vast majority of players, and I'll explain who those are, with this Nerissa Vierna banner, you have to think about, okay, but is this worth undermining my chance at the lucky pick? Because that could be transformative. Or how much do I put aside so I can go for this a little bit and then go for the lucky pick? Who am I going to pick for the lucky pick? And with the exclusive 200 lucky pick, do I need multiple copies? Do I need a full-out gamble? Or what else could be coming after the lucky pick? Those are all the things to talk about. Like I said, I want to keep it short and sweet. So this is going to be kind of the abridged version because I'm going to be talking about these themes a lot over the next few weeks. Here, I'm just viewing it through the lens of this upcoming Nerissa Vierna banner coming tomorrow. So let's start with the last thing I said. Is there something else amazing coming after the lucky pick? They haven't told us about that in the Frostfall Jamboree preview. I don't know anything about that. Personally, I would not be thinking that far. I would be thinking on a current timeline or summoning horizon, if you want to call it that, of 2 to 3 weeks, depending on if they do the lucky pick on Christmas or New Year's. So knowing that, should you pull for this banner if it would mess up your chance at the lucky pick. And I think for almost every single player, the answer is no. The lucky pick is so stupidly important, right? The limiteds are some of the absolute best units in the game. Many of the best non-Lord heroes in this game are limiteds. You can only get limited units when their banners are live. And this lucky pick, this exclusive 200 guaranteed choose your own adventure style banner, is the second opportunity we've ever had. This is the second time they're running it, where you're making sure you get the correct summoning opportunity for the limited that's going to help your account most. So very quick aside, a lot of people have already DM'd me, tagged me on Discord, asked in the comments, will I make a rating and an advice video when it comes to who to pick? Duh. That is like the bread and butter of this channel. Of course that is coming. But I don't think this banner's coming for at least 2 weeks, so that video is not going to come yet. Maybe I'll do the first video on that topic next week. But for now, just know you're going to have someone you should pick unless you have the most stacked account. And if you have the most stacked account, I can't imagine you don't already have these guys or that you need my advice, right? So this is really for the masses, the 99.99% of people that have a unit they need a target with the lucky pick, but also might be interested in this. So should you sacrifice your chance at the lucky pick for this? In my opinion, I'm going to give it to you completely straight. No shot, right? So how do you approach this banner? Because I think a lot of people should still summon on this banner. How do you summon on this banner without undermining or blowing your chance at the lucky pick? Well, I think the vast majority of players, the vast majority should not be pulling on the lucky pick looking for extra copies. Not everyone, right? I will be pulling and I will be looking for extra copies. But I am a content creator who basically gets to live a whale life because I get so many diamonds as part of my content creator compensation. Other players might have saved similarly or realistically spent a ton of money, right? Or they're about to spend a ton of money for Christmas. There are really good Smile 1 deals coming, stuff like that. If you want to check those out, link in the description, the top pinned comment to my Smile 1 link. You get the biggest discounts in all of Watcher Realms through my specific link. However, not everyone's in that cushy situation where you have so many summons to blow. That's why I said the majority, but certainly not no one and certainly not everyone. And most people probably can't go gambling on that. But what you can do is set yourself up for success by guaranteeing you have 200 summons when it comes up. So at a minimum, you know you will get the one guaranteed copy. Okay? So how do you do that? Well, assuming the lucky pick is going to come probably in 2 weeks or so, maybe the soonest would be like 10 days, but I think it's going to be about 2 weeks, maybe 3 weeks. We know we're about to get a lot of summons for free through the events, but those are not as reliable as you think. They kind of trickle in. They come in bursts. You don't know exactly when that's happening. Yes, the lucky pick banner very likely will be a 5-day banner. I anticipate it will run from a Thursday through a Monday, but what I would do is, as you approach this banner, I would make sure you have at least 140 summons on your account. So how did I come to the 140 number? Well, typically you need about 170 to 175 summons to do 200 summons. I know that sounds insane. What the heck do I mean? Well, actually, if you do about 172 summons or so, on average, you're going to get enough rares that if you sell those off for diamonds, you'll have the remaining 25 to 30 summons to get you to 200, or 28 in that example. So if you're at like 140 and you know the banner's not coming for at least a week, most likely 2 weeks, maybe even 3 weeks, of course you can get enough extra rare summoning crystals and diamonds in that period to get back to that 170, 175 or more range to guarantee you hit 200 through the lucky pick festivities. It's also going to last 5 days. So if you want to be less conservative than that, I would say even going into that with 100 summons or finishing, let's call it not going into that, but finishing this banner weekend featuring Nerissa and Vierna with 100 summons worth of rare summoning crystals and diamonds, I think you're in good shape. However, if you overextend yourself on this banner, because this banner still is a gamble. Yes, we have the progressive. Yes, it's a 20x. You have about a 38% chance on your first legendary hit that it's going to be one of these guys. You easily could miss on your first one, and about 11% of people will miss on your first 2 shots on this banner, and that can be hundreds of summons. So I don't think you should gamble to a point where you extend yourself and you don't have enough summons for the lucky pick. So that's the main thing. Vierna is so good. One of the absolute best mages in the game. Super end game. She's kind of like not amazing in the mid game, but she mid and late game, but she's god tier in the early game and god tier in the end game. So special. And the bond skills she gives Silas basically makes Silas a new character. So if you have Silas and you're summoning for Vierna, you're going to get Vierna, which is awesome. If she's your first copy, that's why you're summoning for her. And you get a new and improved Super Saiyan Silas, right? So you're kind of getting two characters at once. And then Nerissa is amazing. So this banner really should be summoned on by a lot of people. But the key point in this video, as I conclude, is do not overextend yourself and put yourself in a position where you screw yourself by gambling hard on this banner and then you don't get your limited guarantee when that lucky pick comes in just probably a handful of days to 3 weeks, okay? So there you go. That's my advice. If you have specific questions about this banner, let me know in the comment section below. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel. I've been Fastidious. Share with your mother, and I'll see you real soon. Bye.
Fastidious.